Training camp for the Indiana Fever is finally underway ahead of a season that is full of a lot of optimism with this team that was just a game shy of going to the WNBA Finals last season. We know all the injury issues that plagued this Fever team a season ago, and still able to make that run that they did was very impressive. So there's no wonder that this team is going to be expected to be back in that position, if not even further, with all the roster movements that they've made during a pretty dramatic offseason that saw the CBA come to a new agreement, which allowed Aaliyah Boston to become the highest paid player in WNBA history. It saw Kelsey sign a Supermax contract as well. But it's also going to be a season where we see Caitlin Clark returning to the floor for year 3. Only played in 13 games last season, dealt with a severe right groin injury, had an ankle bruise that kept her out for a majority of that year. So now she is back. They have the core in place, and with some different pieces around, there's a lot of, again, optimism with this Fever team heading forward, especially with CC running the floor.
Quite some time.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel great. Super excited to be back here, and I think I have a great perspective on, camp and not taking anything for granted. Obviously, at this time last year I was kind of going through some things, so more than anything, just really excited. I feel really healthy and feel like I put myself in a position to be as healthy as I can be to start the season, and kind of just staying on top of that and having a lot of fun. I think I have, like I said, great perspective on everything, and excited with all the people that we brought in. It should be a really fun camp.
What perspective do you think you've gained since kind of going through that whole not playing as you wanted to and get back to the court?
Yeah, well, I was talking to Steph a little bit, and I'm the person that doesn't want to sit out a single rep. I want to be in there every single time. I just love competing and I love playing, and none of that has changed, but I think just being a little bit smarter with my body and understanding what it takes. And I think especially through camp days, these days are really long. You're on the court 2.5, 3 hours and putting in a lot of stuff. So, taking care of my body at this point in the season is probably the most important thing. Whether that's recovery, whether that's pre-court treatment, whatever it is, I think it's those type of things. So, but like I said, I've never really sat on the sidelines before, so it's a very humbling experience and gives me a good perspective on how to be a great teammate and a great leader and show up every single day for them.
Caitlin, what's that next step for you as a player?
Well, I've only played 60 WNBA games, so I've got a ways to go still, and just maintain my health. And I think USA basketball was really good for me to kind of get back out there and get my feet under me. And you're playing with the best players in the world, so I don't think there was a better setting for me to kind of just get back into it and be surrounded by really good people. And when you're in that type of competitive setting, first of all, there's no better setting to be in, and second of all, it brings out the best in you. You want to rise to the level of the people around you, and then you also want to beat them, and then you get on the court and get to compete with them as your teammates. So I have a long ways to go to continue to get better, and I think that's the exciting part. This is the beginning of year 3, but like I said, I've only played 60 games, I think it is. I might be a little off there, but and only appeared in 2 playoff games, so I got a ways to go still.
How do you feel like free agency went both for you guys and just across the league with so many uncertainties?
I'll speak for us. I think it went great. Obviously, you have to give our front office credit. It's a very condensed timeline. It's really hard to accomplish things and to bring people in and let them see what we're all about. So really thankful for the people that wanted to come here that haven't been here before, and then obviously the people that have been here before, Kelsey, Sophie, Lexi, and if I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize, but for them wanting to come back and be a part of this, and I just think that speaks to what they experienced last year and the team that we built, and also how great our locker room was. And that's kind of a lot of what Steph spoke about, and our team meeting a couple days ago is how special last season was. We were a couple calls and a couple people not fouling out or Kelsey getting hurt and 5 minutes from the finals. So, and that was without about 5 players. So, we're right there, and it takes a lot of hard work. It takes being healthy. It takes a little bit of luck to get back to that point. But I feel like our roster construction is great and gives us an opportunity to do that.
Can you touch on a little bit about the reps you get in practice and leading up to the season? Have you had those conversations about when to kind of dial it back throughout camp, especially going to 44 games this year?
We got 16 players here, I'm pretty sure. So, there's going to be a lot of opportunities, especially for the younger people. I know I'm only 24, but, I wanted to be in every single rep. So I think whether I'm in every single rep or I'm, sitting a rep out, just being on the sidelines, helping them the best I can, it's not been a direct conversation of this is what you can do or can't do. I'm 100% cleared. I'm 100% go. Obviously you saw that at USA. I've been playing pickup as live as I playing live all the time. Eventually skill workouts get a little bit boring, so you just want to play and play and play. So I think it's just being smart. Like, no need to overdo it at this point. But I think when I'm not in every single rep, I think it's a great leadership opportunity for me to help the younger people as well.
When you don't take every rep, like you were talking about, you want to take every rep.
Hey, nobody get hung up on this. I don't want this to be a story.
Was there someone you leaned on kind of to help you through that?
Well, I mean, I think speaking to last year, like obviously I was in about no reps because I wasn't playing.
Right.
So, it's hard. It's very isolating to come to practice every single day and spend 2 hours getting treatment and rehab, and then you come out here and you have to show up and be the best teammate you can be. And I think that taught me a lot about what I can do if I'm not on the court. And I got to be their biggest fan, and I think that was a great experience for me because through a lot of my career, like everybody else was my biggest fan. And that doesn't mean I wasn't cheering for my teammates. It was like I was playing the most amount of minutes. I had the ball in my hands, and when you're not doing that, you have to find another way to impact the team. So, I think I was able to do that and kind of help us and be as involved as I can. And I traveled to every single game but one just because of some rehab things that I was trying to get done to hopefully come back. But I think just communicating really more than anything.
Can you share some of the tweaks of kind of your prep to kind of get ready physically for the season? So trying to, eliminate some of the stuff that kind of happened last year.
I mean, very intentional about the things that I'm trying to do. I think as a young person, you just grab your basketball shoes and you're like, let's just get up on the court and lace them up and go play. And that wasn't obviously something that was going to help me through the longevity of my career. So, I mean, a lot of targeted things for certain muscle activation. I think me and our athletic trainer have a really great relationship. She came over at the beginning of last year, and she's been probably the most selfless person through this entire process. So I'm just really thankful for her. She's been here every single day that I've been here. She's been working on holidays when I've been in the gym. She's traveled to every USA thing with me as well. And, there's definitely days where I still sometimes feel sore, but like a lot of athletes that have gone through injury know it's like the mental battle. It's like your body's fine. You put in the work, and like it's just kind of getting over that mental hurdle. So I think there's definitely still days where I experience a little bit of a mental block, but I know I'm doing every single thing I can to be healthy, and that's why I've been healthy and why I will remain healthy as well. So
when did you find out about Aliyah signing the Epic extension, and just your reaction to her being locked up now?
I knew it was in the works, but I mean I saw it on social media and just super happy for her. Largest salary in WNBA history over the course of the deal, so nobody more deserving. Really happy for her, and happy that she gets to spend more time here because these fans really love her. This organization really loves her, and I've loved getting to play with her every single second. Like, she's not only a great basketball player, but one of my good friends. So, really happy to celebrate her.
First day of school, just getting.
It is. It's really exciting. Everything's kind of been a whirlwind as it's been across the league, and to be able to finally get on the floor, it's an exciting time.
What was that message when you met a couple nights ago about probably looking back to last year, but bringing it forward?
Yeah, I think the message was just we've taken another step. We have to understand what it takes on a daily basis. We're going to continue to put the we over the me. We're going to continue to prioritize the locker room and the chemistry in the locker room and the continuity. And we have to expect more of ourselves on a daily basis. It's about consistency. It's about how we do the work, and it's about putting ourselves in position for success.
At the end of last season, you said with so many new players in year one, you can't unlock your full playbook and all the things you want to implement. With a new look team, how do you anticipate things looking different than what you guys want to play with?
Yeah, I think we'll look a little bit different just because of our personnel. We have a little bit more size. I think we'll be able to do some more things on the defensive end of the floor. I think we'll hopefully be a better rebounding team as well, and that'll allow us to play a little bit more in transition. We were limited because of not just our personnel, but our numbers in terms of being able to pressure full court, being able to play with pace. I think we were like 5th in the league in pace, and we want to be in the top 2 or 3. So we want to play faster. We'll look and see what we have in combinations and what we can do in the quarter court. But I think more than anything, we want to be a bear on the defensive end of the floor. We want to be in the top 3 in the league in defense, and we want to play with more pace.
Caitlin mentioned that she's 100% healthy, no restrictions, but how do you, help prepare, or maybe do you change anything about just preparation going into the longest season of WNBA?
I think the biggest thing is just making sure that we're mindful of this day one. She doesn't have to be out there every rep. Just being mindful of reps. I think every year that she gets older too, she understands. The cadence is a little bit different. It's not like she has any to go out there and go through everything. I think with her, with Kelsey, with AV, with all of them, just be mindful of getting them in and out. And we need to get other people integrated anyway, so I think it'll give us a good opportunity to do that.
Was there an approach change with Kelsey this year after she said last year was an overused thing she felt like at the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, numbers matter. Certainly having depth, and hopefully we can keep our depth. In a perfect world, she's not playing that many minutes. None of our starters are playing that many minutes, and we just were in a situation where we had to. So I think managing that early is going to be important. Understanding everybody wants to play, but having a true cadence and a true rotation is going to be really important for us.
Steph, how big is it just to have Caitlin back out there? What do you hope to see from her this year now that she's gotten not a ton of games under her belt, but year 3?
Yeah, I don't think for somebody like Caitlin it matters how many games you have. She does what she does. I think the thing I want to see is I just want to see her play with joy. It was such a hard year. A year ago, when you're going through injury, it's tough. When you're in and out, it's tough. When you're not able to do what you love, it's tough. And so I want to see her play with joy. I want to see her enjoy the opportunity that we have and this team that we have, and go out and do what she does best.
When you saw her at Team USA training, what stood out to you about how she looked, how she kind of carried herself? She talked a lot about, the mental part of it, of getting over the injury. Just when you saw her in that environment, what stood out to you?
Yeah, I was really thankful that she had that opportunity because when you've been training in a rehab kind of wet sit scenario, the first opportunity to go in a game is different. And so I was really happy that she had that opportunity. I thought her pace was really good. I thought she didn't try to overdo anything. She let the game come to her. You're playing with the best players in the world, and so she did such a great job of finding her spots, of understanding, time, space, rhythm. I thought all of her timing looked really good, and it's hard when you're not playing to simulate that. So I think you give her a lot of credit in terms of the pickup games that she played and the way that she played them. When you play pickup, sometimes it's not really game-like, and I think she was real intentional about making sure it was game-like to prepare herself for USA.
You saw Mo up close. What stands out to you about her game and how she can be utilized right away?
Yeah, first and foremost, Mo's an elite communicator. She's an elite communicator on the defensive end of the floor. There shouldn't be mistakes in coverages because she's talking about it. She's a really good defender, active, aggressive. She's a hard rim runner. She's a hard roller out of ball screens. She's a terrific rebounder. She's a bright personality. She brings a lot of energy. She's smiling. She enjoys being out there. She enjoys the game. I thought her and Caitlin had really good chemistry at USA as well. So looking forward to integrating her into what we do.
Steph, the expectations this year, obviously everyone's talking about this Fever team. How do you guys manage when the expectations are as high as they are?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've been in this game a long time, and every first of all, you have to take it one day at a time. It doesn't matter. We can't talk about September, October if we don't take care of April and May. So we got to take it one step at a time. We know we've got a lot of new faces that we have to get into to how we want to play, and we got to make sure we're building our chemistry, building our camaraderie. And the other thing is, it's hard, man. We're better, but everybody's better. It's hard. This league is hard, and so you just have to take it one game at a time. We got to put first things first.
Steph, $2 million players for your franchise, and Aliyah and Kelsey been in this league, been around it for a long time. What does it mean to have that sort of milestone?
It's just baffling, hearing those numbers. It's crazy. I'm so thankful that this league is where we are right now, to still be a part of it and to see these things come to fruition. These players deserve it. They have been a part of a tidal wave of changing the landscape of the game. And I'm thankful that they are living in this moment, and I'm thankful that I'm still a part of it.
Speaking of Aliyah, she's accomplished so much already, but she's still young, still growing. What's kind of the next step of her game that you'd like to see?
Making three-pointers. The year ago I wanted her to take 3 a game. I don't think we even got close. That was a priority in the off season, was her really learning to stretch the floor. Not learning to. She's got a great shot. It's feeling comfortable stretching the floor. We used her as a hub a lot last year. She played kind of our point forward. I thought she excelled in that role, and I think the next step is for her to be able to knock shots down from the 3.
What's it like kind of just being back and starting, as a long off season, crazy things, and what's it like just to be back and be about ball now?
It's great. I feel like now we can take like a breath to say that we're back. The season's here, so I'm super excited. All the women here are super excited, so I'm pumped to get started.
Aliyah, what exactly was your injury suffered, and how are you health-wise now?
Yeah, I just had a lower leg injury, and right now I'm feeling good to go. Ready to get to work.
First epic extension in WNBA history. You don't play for money, but it's nice to have it. What's your reaction to that, and obviously still staying here with the Fever?
Yeah, I was super blessed. God is great, man. Just to be here, be with the Fever, get that extension, I'm super excited about it. The staff is super excited, and I feel like this is where I'm at right now, yeah.
When did the negotiations on that extension begin? Was it as soon as the CBA was finalized, or a little bit once free agency settled down?
Yeah, pretty much once CBA was finalized, my agent handled all that. I just sit back, watch a good show, and wait for him to call me.
4 years. What was it about Indy that made you comfortable signing for so long?
Yeah, I mean, Indy is just such a fun place to be. I think the basketball that we're playing here is great basketball. The people that we have here at this franchise is amazing, and I love playing with them. And so, I mean, that's enticing. So why not?
We have a couple South Carolina teammates.
Gamecocks, baby.
With Ty and Raven, just what is it like to have them here, and how do you anticipate them kind of getting into the role?
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's like a full circle moment for me. I was Ty's freshman when she was a senior, and Raven was my freshman as a junior. So it's just super exciting. I think they're just gonna bring that hard work. I think we've all seen Raven the way she's been performing in her last year, and then Ty, just her experience, and she's played under Coach Steph before, and so I'm just super excited to have them here.
How do you see Monique fitting into that front circle with the U bars?
Yeah, I mean, Mo's exciting. She's an exciting player. I think she's super athletic. She runs the floor well. She rebounds. She shoots really well around the rim, and I think there's no better piece than her. So I'm super excited to play with her.
He has a chance to be whole again with Caitlin, with other players being healthy. How much do you think that helps this group as you try to hit the ground running once in the season?
100%. I think it just gives us a lot of confidence. Last year, obviously, we know it was chaotic with pieces that we brought in and everything that happened. So just to have everybody on the court full go, I mean, we're pumped.
Steph talks a lot about defense. You've seen some defensive-minded players brought in. What do you think about that shift and added to what you guys built on last year?
I think it's great. I think it's super important, that defensive mindset. Obviously, we know we can put points on the board. I mean, we have fast guards. We have great spacers, great shooters. Obviously, we have Caitlin at the point, so we know we can rack up points, but it's about getting stops.
Aliyah, with the chaotic of last year, what did you learn about yourself and maybe this team that is going to be helpful this season?
Yeah, I mean, that we pushed through adversity. I think that was just such a hard year for everyone, whether you were playing or whether you weren't. And so for us, it's knowing that we made it through that, and now having a fresh start this season. I mean, everyone's in a good mood.
What is it about that last year's group that you hope to bottle it up and continue in future seasons with this core?
Yeah, I mean, the grind. We put in a lot of work. I think everyone saw it, especially close to the end of the season, the playoff push that we were able to make. I think we were just dedicated to each other. We played for each other, and that's going to be super important again this year.
You see Caitlin at training camp, at the Team USA training
Yeah.
camp. What stood out to her as you got to see her back on the court?
Honestly, if I said nothing, would that be would that be surprising? I mean, Caitlin is Caitlin. I mean, she came back. Yes, she was out with injury, but when we were at USA together, she looked like herself, and I feel like that made me just so happy because, one, having an injury is hard, and missing a season is hard, but being able to come back, turn the page, and be ready to go, I mean, that's Caitlin. Awesome.
So one more on
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
She's the first $1 million player in Fever history.
As she should be, period.
So just your thoughts on her commitment to this franchise and getting rewarded in that way after being here for so long.
Yeah, I love Kelsey. I think, just like you said, her dedication to this franchise has just been so crucial, and I mean, she's a big part as to why we even made it so far last year, especially with C being out. And so for her to get that money, I'm so proud of her.
The Fever will continue training camp throughout this week. Then on Saturday will be their first preseason game when they travel to New York to take on the Liberty at 3 o'clock. Be sure to follow along with us over the air on Channel 13 and online at WTHR+. At Gainbridge Fieldhouse for 13 Sports, I'm Eli Gain.